She literally had to fall on a sword to save me, and I feel so bad for not like clarifying, being like, no, if you just say my name, then you stay and you get to play. And oh my god, yeah. Last Tribal Council was a very like unique display of like in this game, like loyalty, and Alex did that for me, which I'm so thankful for, and I really hope that she's okay with the decision that she made. I really hope that she didn't feel like she was pressured into anything. I appreciate her and playing with her, and I genuinely feel like the wrong person went home. I feel like I should have, but that being said though, like I'm looking forward to moving forward. That goal kicking in another way.
I know. I was a bit scared after that. Imagining.
We'll see, Brad.
I felt like there was already too much heaviness in that.
Looking to move forward, got to try and figure out what I want to do from here. I feel like there's a lot of individual players at the moment who are all open to suggestions and to strategy. So I just need to try and find the right one, and that at least can give me a little bit more security going into what hopefully be the final.
I feel like ours is just so heartbreaking though.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
It was hard to sit in.
it's hard to watch.
That was hard to sit through because I've said it before, but Charlene and I are so close without having to say a word. We can give each other we can just look at each other and know exactly what the other person is going to, what they're thinking. And because of that, it's very much like, I didn't want to sacrifice someone who I had such a good bond with over someone like Jeremy, where we've known each other since the swap, but we haven't voted together at all.
I had it picked as a Maverick who was doing all this stuff, but nah.
I think she was doing exactly what she needed to do.
Yeah.
She was absolutely nailing it.
Oh, her gameplay was amazing.
Yeah.
She
So
was
instinctive.
wonderful, like, if she made it.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like her pre-merge was pretty stellar. I'm really conflicted with Alex. I entirely misread her. I love her as a person. She's lovely, but I thought she was doing all these crazy swings and stuff. But no, she made the ultimate self-sacrifice play, and fuck, that's the most loyal, most heroic thing you can do.
She needs to watch one season, then come and play again, and see that your game is actually really good.
Yeah.
We're at 6, so you can't keep alliances. It's about getting to the finals at this point and cutting the rest of the people to get there.
So, I don't know, the only other thing that I can think of in terms of water is the taps up at the toilet.
Well, I did mention that, but I don't know if Brad went over there or not.
They're up there now, I don't really want to go in there.
Yeah.
Everyone else is up there, I also don't want to be there. Only 2
That's right, yeah.
left down here. They also feel now I have a target on my back. It's funny because when you look at the makeup of this final 6, I think everybody has a story to tell if they get to the end. I think the person that probably has the least story to tell, depending, would be Brendan. So he's someone who people potentially might want to take to the end, which funnily enough I actually do want to take out Brendan here, just because I think it's better for everybody else's game and it keeps the larger targets and threats out in the open, because I think doing something like that at Tribal Council, I need bigger threats still in the game.
Yeah, so
I mean, yeah, I'm sorry that like I've been pushing for that, and that's made like
No,
life pretty
and
hard.
I'm
and
sorry, same. And like, I just feel really bad for Alex because she was so stuck, and like,
I know.
it's because
yeah, and
like
it brought her to tears
we
as well.
all-
She was
I know.
genuinely torn.
I almost started crying because
Yeah.
she was crying.
I still want to work with Jeremy. I don't know if that avenue's there or if that's completely closed off now just based on how votes have gone recently.
I think for maybe for both you and I, it'd be like moving forward, it'd be effective because I feel like I need someone just to have by, like that I
Yeah.
can trust and sort of speak to.
Yeah.
Because without you, then I would just be literally like I become like this solo mission, and that's not fun.
Same. Yeah, and like also like just some stability.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
I just feel like, even though now like we just went through something, like
Yeah.
I just feel like that stability. And like honestly, I hated voting for you. Like,
Yeah.
but like it's solely because like you're so good, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what else am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, agreed. For sure.
Apparently people thought that Keegan and I were like a super strong alliance. Yes, we're part of a, I guess, bigger Team Red alliance, but certainly he wasn't my confidant or anything like that. And I think at this stage I've quashed that.
I was just cautious of that because I knew that Keaton was already a very strong player, and I knew that already like
But,
having
like,
you around would be
he-
such a good ally to have for me.
yeah, I think though like he is just unstoppable, really. And like I definitely saw that as well.
Yeah, and you would have
like,
known that for sure.
Yeah, and like something that I had thought about from the very start is we need to keep this guy long enough
Yep.
to help us because he's helping us win. And
Yep.
like it sounds so selfish, but that's like what the game is.
Yep. To avoid the votes from future, I gotta like chat to Ben, maybe get him a bit closer to me and get to Charlene. I think Charlene and I had a mutual respect for each other's game recently, and we were able to have a conversation where we at least expressed reasons why each vote went each way. So for me to try and secure Ben and Charlene's trust, I got to try and just talk to them, maybe display a bit of trust in the next vote. And worst case scenario, I've got to try and like scramble and get as many votes as possible. Best case scenario, I win immunity at the next challenge.
All right, good morning, guys. Take a seat on the bench in front of us.
Alright, welcome everyone. Firstly, I want to talk about Large Tribal Council. Charlene, it was quite an emotional tribal council. How are you all feeling after this?
Yeah, pretty emotional still, to be honest. I think Alex had a bad hand, and like it's like I'm not really used to doing what's been happening, so it just didn't sit very well with me, like the last 2 rounds, I would say. But yeah, I just really feel that right now.
And then you had to make a pretty tough decision at the end. How are you feeling with the decision then?
I mean, look, it's terrible. It's the outcome was just horrible to be a part of, and I do feel terrible. But at the end of the day, it's a game, and like I hope that we'll still be friends afterwards.
Absolutely. Are you ready to get to your next challenge?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait.
First things first, Ben. You might grab the necklace back with this pass.
I'll let it brush past you.
Can you pass it? I got to touch it.
Wonderful. So we are playing for our immunity and a 1 in 5 shot at being the sole survivor. We are also playing for reward in the form of... Alright, so today we are playing touchy subjects.
In this challenge, players are asked to fill out a questionnaire that asks a series of questions, with the answers being only the names of the remaining contestants. They are asked to answer each question with who they think it best applies. Players must then guess what the popular answer for each question is, earning 1 point for each correct answer. In the result of a tie, we will ask Survivor Trivia to determine who wins individual immunity and a guaranteed spot in the final 5.
Alright.
Okay, question number 1. So yes, you're writing your books, yes. So who would you trust with your life? What did everyone answer? And show us your names. Sorry. Hang on. No worries, sorry.
Wow.
Okay, Okay, the correct answer was Charlene. Jeremy, Brendan, Ashley, all on 1 point.
Beautiful. Okay, second question. Who is calling the shots in this game? Ah. Hang on.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah. Okey-doke. Everybody reveal your answer.
Alright,
Okay.
the correct answer was Brad. So everyone got that right except for Brad.
Obviously not, guys.
Alright, so Jeremy on 2 points, Brendan on 2 points, Ashley on 2 points, Charlene, Ben on 1 point, and Brad on 0 points.
Okay, question 3. Who would you least like to see win this game? Okay, and hang on.
My fingers.
You're right.
No, not right.
Okie doke, and reveal your answers.
Wait, can I change it? That one. Jesus Christ!
Alright, so the correct answer was Brendan. So Charlene and Brad all got that correct. So we've got Jeremy 2, Brendan 2, Ashley 2, Charlene 2, Ben 2, and Brad 1. Yeah.
Yeah, bad.
Okie doke. Question 4. Who is most likely to stab you in the back? Your answers down, don't show them yet. Okay, and everybody reveal your answers.
Okay, everyone said Brendan, and Brendan was correct.
Okay.
So I've got Jeremy 3 points, Brendan 3 points, Ashley 3 points, Charlene 3 points, Ben 3 points, and Brad 2 points.
Alrighty. This is the final question for this round. So far, who deserves to win the most?
I always put up Daniel.
Okay, now reveal your answers.
Alright, so we've got 4 correct answers. Brad was the correct answer for that one.
Damn.
Not good. Yeah,
Okay, so we've got 3 people on 4 points. We've got Jeremy, Brendan, and Ben. So, Charlene,
Well
Ashley,
done.
Brad, you are out of the challenge.
Never.
So we've got a tiebreaker. The tiebreaker is going to be a Survivor quiz.
Oh, I'm done for.
Can you tell me who was the winner of Australian Survivor Champions versus Contenders 2? First name only, is okay.
Same as before, you promise.
You're in the tiebreaker, Jeremy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
right,
but
yeah,
yeah, with this
activities.
one you don't want
Repeat the question again.
Can you please tell me the winner of Australian Survivor Champions versus Contenders 2?
I don't even watch that.
It's good seeing.
Alright, please reveal your answers. Okay, so the winner of Australian Survivor Champions versus Contenders 2 was Pia. So I've got 2 correct answers, Ben and Brendan.
So
Yeah.
competition?
Alright, on the same season, who was the runner-up?
What's their base?
Alright, give you 10 seconds. You got the answer?
No.
10 seconds. Alright, reveal your answers, please. Alright, so Ben answered Baden.
That's right.
And Brendan answered Lockie. So individual immunity goes to Ben with the correct answer.
Yay, good job.
Congratulations.
I'm on science side.
So-
What is that? How did you get dinosaur?
Dragon.
Yeah, I was trying to get a dinosaur, but it turned into a dragon. Sorry. Anyway.
Alright, Ben, individual immunity for you. Come with it. Travel council, you're not going home. And reward. Get that to take you back to your table. But people want to do that. So, Ben, I would like you to choose one person to join you on rewards, please.
Question of it against sausages or?
There's not.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna eat some bread then.
We can get you something else. Yeah. We'll get you some fruit.
I think I wanna so I'm gonna choose Dragon.
Okay, so 2 is great, but 3 is even better. Let's pick one more.
Shit. Can I ask if anyone particularly wants to come with this? Actually, does anyone particularly want this? Or do you want to come back?
Sure, I'll come back. Okay, so reward. Ben, Brad, Jeremy, you can stay here. We'll get the rest of you to go back down. How much is it?
Like, obviously we've been talking, but like, in the start, like, we weren't watching the other game. So Ben just won immunity. He chose Jeremy and Brad to take with him. I think from an alliance point of view, it's an amazing idea. I love that Ben did that. Ashley and Brendan are a little bit scared because I don't know that they have any strong alliances at this moment, at least not that I'm aware of. They don't know that Ben and I are ride or die. I don't know if they're picking up on that, maybe they are, but I don't think they know. And I trust Ben completely to be utilising that opportunity with Brad and Jeremy.
What's Ben doing now? He's trying to build bridges.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what Ben's trying to do.
Us three can stick together and try and pull Ben back over.
I think that's going to be a bit hard option because those other boys are rude. They're not going to separate from each other.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe I'll just Most of the answers I did feel like I knew from the majority vote. Brad sort of surprised me a little bit. I haven't really had a chance to actually see his gameplay at all. It sounds like people are saying that he's made some moves and he's a really good player, and I guess I just haven't seen that a lot.
But can we just, like, those two are threats because they've been to more tribal councils. They have a better backstory. They came in a minority. Yeah. They're gonna win on that. Yeah. We need both of them out if any of us stand a chance. Yeah. And I adore both of them.
Because I didn't get taken on reward, I was lucky enough to go sit under the shelter and talk to Brendan and Charlene.
You know, the memory and...
Do you think that, like, Ben took them away so we could...
Yeah. No, I think he took them away to build bridges with them.
I don't know.
I think they're talking game.
Oh, that'd be cool. Definitely, but...
Here's the thing, this final 6 vote is the most important for me, because if I can't get one of those 3 boys that were in reward out, then my game's screwed anyway, because I can't go to final 3 or 2 or whatever with any of them.
We need to go balls to the walls, and we need to get Ben on side. I know it's going to be crazy, but we all fuck our games if we don't get one of the 2 boys out. Yeah. So we need to actually go hard and be like, hey, we need you on this vote to come with us.
But I mean, he's got to realise that those 2 boys aren't going to keep him.
No, not at all. He's very clever.
Like, they're together. They're not going to...
Exactly. And even if they did keep him, they beat him because Brad has played a phenomenal game.
Who do we take? Brad. That's why I asked if we can still play it.
I don't think he has that.
Or do you think, Jeremy may have...
I mean, he's the only viable option.
I don't think Jeremy has an either, because he 100% played, whereas Brad was in a more competition. Like, ours was like...
Yeah, because he said, oh, it was always going to be between me and Charlotte.
Not gonna lie, I did check in This sounds weird. I checked him when he came back.
Patted him down.
I didn't pat him down. I was just like checking his back and like.
I didn't have Brendan in my plans for this long. I wanted him gone. Brendan and I have a love-hate relationship, mostly on my end. I didn't want him to be in the game. So sitting down with him and Charlene, awkward.
Yeah, I just got hyper exposed. Yeah. I don't think I'm calling the shots, unless I think Ashley is. I think Ashley's calling the shots.
Oh. And
She let Carlene go.
Sorry.
Yeah, I just got hyper exposed at the challenge. How couldn't have gone worse for me? Not only did I lose, but also I've been painted as calling the shots and most likely to win, which means that almost certainly I'm getting votes at this tribal, and yeah, not loving that.
Yes. Like, this is great.
Yeah.
But like, I think as bigger threats to everybody else, it's better that we stick together.
Yeah. I think agreed.
Which is why, personally, I would rather take out someone like Brendan, who is more of a goat, because he immediately fills in someone's position in the final two.
I agree.
Alright, well, I mean, first off, I won this again, which is great. Would love to keep winning these because I think it's really, really pivotal for my game now, because I think I've accidentally become a bit of a threat.
But yeah, I'm definitely keen to keep this solid because it just means that we can actually.
Yeah, because realistically, that will spit us off.
Yeah.
As soon as you lose a challenge,
I know that I'm screwed the moment I don't win a challenge.
I think you've got good enough rapport.
I think the only person who's like decent enough rapport would put my name down is Charlotte.
Yeah.
And it's purely just because I saved her enough.
Yeah, exactly,
So,
yeah.
The only person I have decent enough with Ashley who will stab me in the back to win.
Yeah. I really want Brendan to go here. I just think it was proven in Touchy subjects. He's kind of snaky. He's going to stab people in the back. And I just think that he needs to go. I don't think he's being honest about the idol. And like even Ashley has said that she doesn't trust him. Yeah.
Okay, can we talk about the vote split?
No, I know totally get that. That's okay.
Can us two go black?
Yeah.
You and Brendan do Jeremy, and then those two can vote Brendan.
So you guys are fine.
Okay. Cool. I'm down for that.
I was tempted this round to vote for Brendan and like try and get everyone onto Brendan, which is what when the boys came down after their reward, they were like, oh, okay, or at least Jeremy, who is now known as Tyson, came down and was like, oh, let's vote Brendan. I was like, okay, now suddenly I'm realizing these three boys are a fucking problem. These three boys are a huge problem. They need to be taken out.
Yeah.
Okay, but ideally vote Jeremy.
I'm 100%.
This is it.
Yeah.
I need to go to the end with not those three, which means I need to work with Brendan, and that's driving me nuts, because I don't want to work with Brendan. I've never wanted to work with Brendan. Ugh. This is what I hate, man. I hate people.
So it's gonna be 2 for Jeremy, 2 for Brad. And we think because when they came down and we went, they said your name. Actually, they said mine too. Yeah. So it's either going to be 2 on yours or 2 on me. Either way, it's 2-2-2. And then on the revote, we're voting for that. If he doesn't have it. If he does, obviously we're voting for Jeremy. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Dude. I know we come against each other every day, but we're actually working together, and we need to, because those two have the best stories, and Ben has played phenomenal.
They're not going to separate them, obviously.
No, Ben has played such a phenomenal game.
Yeah.
Those two boys have the best stories of anyone.
Yeah.
It really needs to be me, you, and Charlene in the final, whatever, 3.
Yeah. There's a target on my back because people think that I'm a backstabber who doesn't deserve to be here.
The boys, you and Ben, are voting for Jeremy. Me and Colleen are voting for Brad, and those two can vote for Ed or whatever.
Most likely to backstab. I don't know where that's come from, but I was expecting my name. That's why I put myself down, because I knew that was going to come out.
I will put my ass on the line this vote. I will seriously, I don't care if I go home with this vote, because I either go home now or I lose at final tribal anyway.
Yeah.
I get dragged as a goat, and I'd rather lose right now than get dragged as a goat and be like, oh, what did I do? Nothing. I just sat around and chilled.
I'm going to either lose at Final Tribal Council to the 3 boys that are sitting right here, or I am going to go home this round trying my absolute freaking hardest to get the vote onto either Jeremy or Brad. I want it on Brad. I so want it on Brad. Could you imagine the turmoil? Oh, I would love it.
Who are you thinking?
I don't really know. I just know that I've been having problems. So I'm like really open. Because every time I say something,
I don't think I've called shots. I think Ashley is using his shield and she's controlled the vote.
My target is me, not me. I'll throw anyone up to the bus as long as I don't go.
Would that be yeah, my preference is Ashley. So okay. Ashley made the call to take out Dom instead of you. Obviously she said yeah, we thought we had her. She's obviously then done the Keegan thing. She took out Colleen, that was entirely her move. She came to me immediately after Spock and said, hey, we're taking out Colleen, you 3 stick with me, and you're safe. And then I go, and the shield is out, and she has a pretty solid resume going to the end. So it's Ashley. I mean, that's my preference. Oh, and then Brendan, of course, is sneaky.
So I unfortunately don't have an idol. Ben thinks that Brendan has it, and that there'll be discussions of split votes in order to flush said idol. I have no idea where the idol is. Brendan will actually most likely have it.
It's on the right side, and if not pushing that agenda successfully, she's been voting correctly every time. We thought we had her for the what's it called, Dom vote, but really she took out Dom instead of Jolene. Yeah, she's the one who went straight with Jolene. She like immediately at spot she came to me and said, we're flipping this shit.
The plan is to try and stick around, but also to take out a huge competitor.
Come on in, guys. Take a seat. Okay, and we'll now bring in the members of our jury. We've got Dom. And then the new members, Alex and Megan, both voted out at the last tribal council. Okay, final 6. How do you guys feel?
Yeah, good.
So, just reflecting on the last challenge. So, Brad, I'm going to come to you. There was a bit of a target put on you, I suppose.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
Apparently I'm calling the shots and I'm going to win. That's not what I understood at all, hence why I didn't put myself down or up for that. But, I mean, yeah, I feel really exposed right now.
So, Brad, who do you think's on top? If it's not you.
It's not me. I think I'm being used as a shield, but I think Ashley's been using me as a shield. Let's put it out there. That being said, if I go home today, that's fine. Good luck with the rest of the game, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brendan, you did drop a bit of flack at that challenge. Least person that people would like to see win, most likely to stab everyone in the back. How are you feeling about that?
Oh, that particular challenge is always made to cause a bit of a stir among the masses who are left. So, I mean, I voted for myself for the backstabbing, so I thought, oh, well, they're probably going to vote for me. So, I might as well give myself a point. So,
Can I just ask, like, so do you think that's because you're doing a lot of backstabbing? Is that?
I don't think so. Not like, yeah, that's been
Because you said you thought that you knew that they were going to vote
well,
for
I
you.
just had a feel, it was just a feeling. But
Okay.
at the same time, I had, I've teamed up with, I voted with either side as well. So that could be conceived as backstabbing somebody.
So what are the sides now?
Well, I mean, it was the original red v blue, so yeah.
Sure.
So then, if it's original red v blue, does that mean that Brad and Jeremy, you're once again on the bottom of the numbers? Jeremy?
I mean, yeah, perhaps you could look at it that way. I don't think that is the case. I think at the moment it is just mutually who is going to help me go forward. I think a lot of people have got that finals tribal council in mind, and perhaps who's going to not only help them get there, but you're going to have to try and pitch a very good pitch against these players, in their own right and very uniquely in their own way. have got the portfolio, or at least the CV, to be able to stand up and actually puts forward some good arguments as to why they should be the sole survivor of this season. So I think at the moment there isn't any actual lines drawn. It is just purely who is going to help me get to that final and who can I beat to get there.
So I guess in that vein, and to give Ashley a rebuttal to what was said before, so Brad said that you're a shield for him. Do you have anything to say?
Other way around, sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think he's saying that I'm using him as a shield so
Yes.
that I look like I'm not doing anything. In fact, I'm the sneaky, conniving person. And I mean, is that what everyone does? Is that not what everyone's doing? They, like, in some way you wanna, and I'm not saying that I'm necessarily doing exactly that, but everyone's trying to hide what they're doing anyway, because everyone's like, oh, I don't want to come across as like the person calling the shots. And so to say that like one person's doing it is probably wrong. There's probably multiple people using Brad as a shield, or Keegan as a shield back when he was winning challenges, or, you know, some of the other players in the game as shields. So, I mean, you know, it's a fair assessment, but is it entirely true? I don't know. Is it just me? Possibly not. Rebuttal?
Right. Can I just say that if everyone's trying to use other people as a shield, I'm clearly doing the worst at it. If I'm being exposed, that means I'm not playing that well, right? Isn't that follow on pretty naturally from that?
Is this a Brad versus Ashley vote today, do you think, Charlene, or is there more going on than that?
I feel like there's been a lot of chatter about so many different ways the vote can go. I've kind of been at the bottom of the barrel for a little while, so I'm still a bit on edge, I guess, from the last couple of votes, if I'm honest. I don't know that it's that simple. I think we just have to wait and see how it goes.
So Charlene, if you perceive that you are at the bottom, then who do you perceive to be at the top right now?
To be honest, like when we did the challenge earlier, I was surprised that it was Brad. But in saying that, like, I haven't seen Brad play. Like, we've talked a little bit, had a bit of banter back at camp, but I haven't seen him play, and so I feel like I wouldn't be a good judge of that. I thought Jeremy was, but that's because I played with Jeremy. I think I played like properly, like seen tribal and stuff with everyone else, except for Brad. So I couldn't properly put him down. So I was surprised to see that.
Yeah. And Ben, you won 2 individual immunities now. Does that make you a threat? Does that mean you're on the top at all?
I think it makes me a threat in the sense of like the moment someone starts second immunity wins, people become threatened by that. Because what if someone goes on an immunity run? I'm pretty sure it's something like Keegan might find this because people are scared of that. So I feel threatened by that because I don't want that perception of people. I just have lucked out in terms of what the 2 past challenges are. And I want everyone to be very aware of that.
And then what's the fallout from this vote going to be when all is said and done?
Look, I think then it's going to be, there's going to be 5 left, so it's going to go one way or the other. It's going to be the three who are on the majority going to stick together, take out the 2, or somebody's going to mix it up.
All right. With that, it's time to vote. Charlene, you're up first.
Sorry about this. You seem like a really nice guy. I just haven't seen your play, and based on what was happening at the challenge, it seemed like everyone thought that you were in to be a winner, and I guess if I'm here to win it, then I can't let that happen. Best of luck.
This is a really, really hard decision because I can see options working both sides, but for me, I think I need to stick with my original alliance to get further.
It's supposed to be 2-2-2, but I don't think I trust Ben anymore. Shady bitch.
It's been great working with you, but I don't know, it's just, I'm trying to save myself.
Alright, we'll go get the votes. Alright. If anyone wants to play a hidden immunity idol, now would be the time to do so. Alright, once the votes are read, the decision is final. Oh, count the votes. First vote, Ashley. Second vote, Brad. That's one vote Ashley, one vote Brad. Third vote, Ashley. Two votes Ashley, one vote Brad. Brad, we're tied. Two votes Ashley, two votes Brad. Fifth vote, Jeremy. Two votes Ashley, two votes Brad, one vote Jeremy, one vote left.
Oh, really?
Next person
Yeah, we just
voted
saw
out.
Oh, I love
Next one to the
that.
jury, Ash.
Holy
Holy
hell of a game.
man.
You played so well.
Did I?
Yeah, you killed
Oh,
it.
you're lying, my friend.
lying.
I know who's playing well, it ain't me.
Ash, tried has spoken.
Why, thank you.
Killer game, Ash.
Thank you.
I now can take my shoes.
Alright team, it truly seems now that the old Godal, the old Bin Yang is dead, and now it's more about who you want to take to the final three. We're at the final five and we're on the home stretch.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. And on our final
What,
five.
3-2-1?
Well, I think Brendan's probably the one to blame. I don't know. Maybe. I don't really care, to be fair. I mean, they did something stupid and, like, they're going to pay for it because I'm voting for Brad, Jeremy, or Ben if they get to the end. So, like, they should have taken one of the three out. And I said in my confessional, I would go home this round as long as I can take a shot at one of those three, and I did. So, you know what? I went home, but I was either going to go home this round and take, and they can play it out, or I was going to go to the end, which end up being with one of those three, and I was going to lose anyway. So fair play. I was having fun. I was enjoying myself. I did what I did. Like, it was a good time. It was a good time. Yeah, that was a stupid vote for strategically. I'm fine with being out, but that was strategically a stupid vote. So they'll live with that, and I can't wait.
It was going to be a 2-2-2, but Ashley and Ben told me two different names, so I feel like I'm being played, but we'll see.
Good luck to the final five. I'm just saying, two of them, if they pulled that, not a chance in hell. I don't think Charlene actually did anything against me. I think she voted Jeremy, but Brendan, good fucking luck.